Right now in the Persian Gulf, one of the most vital arteries of the global economy stands silent and closed.
The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway carrying 20% of the world's oil supply, has been effectively shut down by Iranian forces.
Mines clutter the channels, fast attack boats stage hit-and-run operations, and land-based missiles pose a lethal threat. At forward U.S. airbases in Bahrain and the UAE, the operation to reopen the strait begins from the skies. B-1B Lancer bomber crews work with focused intensity, loading massive strings of 2,000-pound JDAM bombs. At the exact same moment, F-35 stealth jet pilots perform final pre-flight checklists, double-checking stealth coatings.
You own the skies. Make sure the blockade never comes back.
The operation launches as B-1B Lancers accelerate down the runways, vanishing into the night sky at supersonic speed.
Moments later, the F-35 stealth jets launch in total silence, invisible to radar and moving like ghosts.
At exactly 0200 hours, the strike begins with B-1 Lancers screaming in low and fast to release devastating bombs.
The night sky erupts in a rolling chain of explosions as missile launchers and command bunkers are obliterated in seconds.
F-35s slip in undetected, tearing through remaining air defenses with surgical accuracy as radar towers vanish in fireballs.
The Iranian blockade is completely dominated from the skies. The entire defensive line is shattered within minutes.
With the skies clear, Operation Hammer begins, a high-risk raid to capture the top IRGC commander.
Colonel Marcus Reynolds outlines the sequence: silent approach, neutralization of guards, and rapid exfiltration.
The MV-22B Ospreys lift off, transitioning smoothly from helicopter to airplane mode as they gain altitude.
They descend silently toward a remote, safe landing spot in the rugged highlands, and the Marines pour out in silence. Forming assault teams, they move through the rocky terrain using natural cover, every step deliberate and quiet. Perimeter guards are neutralized silently before the team cuts through the outer fence, slipping inside like ghosts.
The IRGC commander is taken without a struggle, flex-cuffed, and secured for immediate extraction.
Popping infrared strobes to mark the extraction point, the Marines sprint aboard the Ospreys with their high-value target.
At sea, the decisive act to restore freedom of navigation begins, clearing the deadly sea mines.
Towed arrays and acoustic generators are deployed to trick the sophisticated, multi-sensor mines into detonating safely.
One by one, mines begin to detonate in controlled explosions beneath the surface, sending columns of water into the air.
Navy divers slip into the water wearing rebreathers, descending into the murky depths for close-in work. Working in pairs, divers attach cutting charges to sever mooring cables, allowing complex mines to float to the surface.
Above, MH-53E Sea Dragon helicopters tow massive mechanical sweep gear, creating pressure waves to trigger remaining mines.
A double sweep in a dense minefield creates towering explosions. Finally, the sonar screens slowly begin to clear. With the water cleared, the ground invasion begins. Tank crews swarm their 70-ton M1A2 Abrams beasts. Mechanics run the turbine engines through full power cycles and load ammunition racks with heavy rounds. Marine infantry turn to their personal weapons, wiping down bolt carriers and applying fresh lubricant to their rifles. LCAC hovercraft emerge from the well decks, racing across the Gulf at over 40 knots on a cushion of air. Simultaneously, massive C-17 Globemaster aircraft reach their drop zones, their rear ramps lowered like giant mouths. When the signal comes, hundreds of paratroopers step out into the rushing night air, descending rapidly. The hovercraft hit the surf zone, and Abrams tanks roar forward, transitioning from sea to land. The fight for the key point erupts with savage intensity as Iranian defenders open fire from prepared positions. Abrams tanks elevate their 120mm guns, pounding bunkers and sending clouds of rock and fire into the air. Marines and attached soldiers push forward relentlessly, using ACVs for mobile cover during the intense advance.
Overhead, F-35B Lightning jets provide close air support, dropping precision munitions on hardened sites.
Iranian defenses crumble, and American forces raise the flag over the captured promontory.
Securing this waterway permanently requires heavy combat power, making the 3rd Infantry Division indispensable.
Armored brigade combat teams bring Bradley fighting vehicles, providing unmatched protection to clear complex terrain.
HIMARS launch long-range precision fires to suppress coastal missile batteries and shape the battlefield.
Combat engineers secure shorelines and clear potential mine deployment sites to establish a stable security perimeter.
Suddenly, a crisis. An American F-15E Strike Eagle is shot down during a reconnaissance flight. A distress beacon triggers an immediate response. The crew is down only 20 kilometers from an IRGC base.
A full combat search and rescue package launches immediately. No one will be left behind.
HH-60G Pavehawk helicopters hug the terrain, navigating through narrow valleys to stay under radar coverage. MQ-9 Reaper drones provide constant overwatch, feeding live video back to the command center.
The helicopters hover while rescue teams fast rope down into a rocky clearing near the downed crew. The pilot is found badly injured. Medics immediately begin treatment while security forms a tight perimeter. As Iranian forces close in, F-35s deliver precision strikes on approaching vehicles, buying precious seconds. The extraction is tense. The injured pilot is hoisted up while the teams climb aboard under small arms fire.
Core gunners return fire instantly as the helicopters transition to forward flight and race away.
The HC-130Js meet them on the way out, refueling the helicopters in mid-air to reach friendly airspace.
The moment the rescue package crosses back into safe airspace, the entire command center erupts in quiet relief.
Both crew members are alive, stable, and expected to make a full recovery against overwhelming odds.
The final operation to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz begins, targeting the last remaining defensive positions.
Marines move through staging areas, checking their body armor and packing breaching tools with intense determination.
Crew chiefs load belt after belt of ammunition into the door guns of the waiting heavy-lift helicopters.
This assault decides whether the strait stays closed or opens for global trade. Right.
Amphibious combat vehicles are loaded with main gun ammunition and prepped for the rough water transit. Hovercraft hit the coastline, ramps dropping as ACVs roll out, their tracks biting into the beach. Marines fast rope directly onto the coastline, seamlessly linking up with the amphibious forces pushing inland. Navy ships positioned offshore provide overwhelming fire support, their missiles striking with devastating accuracy. The assault is fast and violent. ACVs push forward, providing covering fire for the advancing infantry.
Colonel Harlan coordinates the entire operation from the forward command post, shifting forces where needed.
Iranian forces respond with RPGs, but the resistance shatters under the overwhelming combined arms assault. Within hours, a wide stretch of the Iranian coastline falls under full American control. With the coastline secured, the fleet of oil tankers offshore begins to move slowly toward the strait.
Tanker captains sound their horns in celebration as they pass through waters that were closed for far too long.
Colonel Harlan walks the secured line,
shaking hands with the Marines from both the sea and air assault teams.
The troops stand together, sharing water and quiet words of respect after achieving a critical victory. The American flag flies high over the captured coastline. The final battle has been won.
You took the coast. You opened the strait.
The shipping lane that feeds the global economy is flowing freely once again.
The blockade is broken. The world's most vital waterway is finally open for good.